Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 328 of playing chess every day until 2000 elo. And we are back very close to 1900. And today we will fight for 1900. But first, we are going to take a look at the game that got me to 1894. I think it's a very nice game that I played. So we're going to recap. And then we're going to play a live game. Game starts with e4. We got the Sicilian defense. So you already know I won. Anyways, yeah, so we get the Grand Prix attack here. It is a little bit different than the normal because my opponent plays knight to d4. And when they play knight to d4, they kind of know what they're doing. This is one of the harder ways to play against, the setup. But we just slide the bishop back, and black is slightly better. They play e6, and now I castle. I debated on playing e5, which was the best move. However, I didn't like that after e5, it creates these holes. But I did like that it restricted the bishop. It kind of stopped the knight from going here, but the knight wanted to go here, I think, and then maybe jump to this square, which I would have weakened. It also disallows him from playing d5 too, but anyways, we decided to just castle. And then he plays knight e7. I thought that he was going to strike in the center. And then we just defend. The computer was saying take, but I didn't want to let him take with check here. And then he could have took and destroyed my structure if he wanted. Probably wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't want to give this bishop up. But anyways, he just castles. And then we drop the bishop back. And the reason why was because I didn't want him to play d5 with tempo. So we just stopped him from doing that. And if he took, we take. And I have a plan here. I just wanted to get out of the way of any of this. And if he took, we're fine. It sucks giving up that bishop because this bishop could be very strong, but we'll be okay. So the plan is to play king h1, and that disallows him from coming in here with check. So then I would want to take and then play knight to e2 and attack this. So we go with our plan. It's not the best plan. Computer says take, but a plan is a plan. So that is exactly what we do. He's taking space on the queen side. And then we just go there. We take with the pawn. We're just fighting for these squares. Just going to put the bishop here to protect this pawn. It'll probably open up. I want to trade the bishop off because that's his best piece. And we can fight for the center. Our pieces are a little congested, but once again, I said I'm going to go here, probably put the queen here. It's fine. It's an equal position. He gets this very nice bishop, which lines up with the king. So if this were to open up, his bishop's going to be good. But as long as I don't move this pawn, I should be okay. So we go here, which is a mistake. But yeah, he plays here. He misses being able to play d5, I guess. And then we go up with the queen, protecting and developing. So he can take, and then we just trade. He gives me the bishop, but he doesn't do that. So now we take, because we want this trade. This trade is going to weaken his king tremendously. That is my idea. But the computer really liked shutting down his bishop. But I just didn't like that the knight could come here. It was going to be a strong piece. And yes, the bishop is kind of bad, but I don't know. Anyways, we get what we want. We get the trade. We give the check. And now I'm noticing that the king has no squares. So in this position, I'm thinking of like knight jumps to try and come here. And then have some kind of discovery attack with like a checkmate threat. So we take, he takes, and now we play knight here. And this is where the idea starts to come into play. We're attacking the bishop. So this is tempo. He has to respond. He either has to protect or move the bishop. If he protects it, we just take the bishop. Easy peasy. So he goes back. Very natural. Makes sense. And now we play rook to e1, which computer hates. And don't get me wrong, I did look at rook d1, tempoing the queen. It makes a lot of sense. And yeah, but my plan was to try and go here. Once again, I wanted this. That was the plan. So by putting the rook on e1, it enables this. And if I get the knight here, he has to give the bishop, which this bishop is crazy good. Well, he doesn't have to give it, but if he didn't, there could be some trouble. Anyways, now we jump here because we can. We're threatening not this, but we're threatening to take, and then come here. So he sees the threat. He pushes f5, but what does that do? It weakens this square. And this, look at this. This is strong. So we jump the knight here. We're hitting this. We're hitting the bishop. The bishop has to move. The bishop drops back to protect the pawn. But now it's not looking so simple. We have two attackers on here. So we can take this. We take, he takes, and we can take with the rook, and the line's opening up. So that's exactly what happens. And then he goes here. But we just pin the knight to the queen. Now the knight is just lost. You can't do anything about it. I don't really know what he was trying to do with this queen move. Maybe he was trying to get some kind of like back rank checkmate if I were to take with the rook. But I mean, that wouldn't even work. Anyways, we just take that. He attacks. Well, we just simply go back. He takes, we take. And now it's check, takes, check. And he has to go somewheres, and then it's checkmate. Same thing here. And we get a very nice win. Like, I played with a 91.7, and he played with a 77. Performance elo of 2250 for me, 1950 for my opponent. But now, let's play a live game, and let's hit 1900 for the second time. Also, if I win this game, I'll be on like a 6-win streak. Out of the last 12 games I've played, I've only lost one, but we've had a couple draws. We find this guy who's been playing since 2008. Wow. All right. So they're playing knight c3 on the first move. So we're going to be playing this without prep, basically. Is there anything I can transpose to? Like if I play c6 here, I don't think he'll play this and transpose to a Cairo Khan, but let's try it. Let's try it. It'd be hilarious if we transpose to a Cairo Khan. I don't think we will because that's what I'm trying to do. And I probably should have like played knight here and tried to go for a King's Indian setup, but I don't care. We're just going to play chess. I imagine he hasn't seen that very often. Okay, so now we're going back into a d4 opening where I played c6. It's just funny. So if I go here, this becomes like a Slav, does it not? Or something like that. I think I'm still going to play like this. There's just the queen's pawn opening Shigorin variation. Oh, is this going to transpose to like a weird ass London system where he like a reverse, or not a reverse, a Jobava? This is so weird. So he could play e4 if he wanted. I don't know if there's really any merit to that or not, but honestly, my plan is just to like get the knight out. If I go knight here, he can probably target it. Is that an issue? I don't know. Let's get the bishop out, knight out here, and castle. That's the plan. Frinachato. It's a cool name. Leonardo. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, knight c3 on the first move is a very weird move. Like knight f3, the ready opening. I've seen that before. But knight c3 just seems weird. And he's thinking like for a long time too. So I don't think he knows what the hell this is either. Yeah, now we're kind of transposing to a London. Except I've played c6. Usually I play here. But this actually works in our favor because this is like a Jobava kind of setup. And now I think I'm just going to play like this. I don't see why we wouldn't just develop our knights. Or our knight, I should say. Try to trade. He'll probably go to the center. Yeah, I don't know. Very weird game. And I'm wondering if there's any merit to playing queen b6. Attacking the b2 pawn. I mean, I feel like it's just like a one-move threat. What does he play? Queen b6. Attack the pawn. Probably just b3. b3. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a need to do that. I think we could just go here, or we could attack his bishop. But then he takes, and he's gonna get a very good knight, maybe. But ideas of that, or we could just play simple chess and play like this. Put the knight on d7, and then maybe try to play c5. Okay. What's the point of that? If I go here, knight attacks, he wouldn't take. And we don't have this move. There's that. Knight comes in, develop the knight. We could take with the bishop, but it doesn't really do much. I'm assuming he didn't want me to come pin the knight. That's why he played that. So if I were to play here, he's going to play this. Oh, maybe we had a chance to go here and then play like knight e4. Maybe that was the plan. So if we go here now, he can jump in. Maybe I just play a simple a6 to stop this. We stop this and then plan to play for c5, which opens up the c6 square for the knight. And also if he were to take, then we just take the pawn, clearly. And there's no like pushing the c pawn and having checks along the diagonal, so I'm not really afraid to push the pawn right now with my king here. I'm also very happy to trade off that light squared bishop if I get the chance. Because we have a very light squared bishop complex. Or not light squared bishop. We have light squared pawns. So his bishop only has one square, or two squares, sorry. It can indeed go here if it wants. I could have thought about playing bishop to g4, pinning the knight, but I didn't really see a reason for that. Yeah. So he just wants to castle. I think I want to go here. Here, castles takes, queen takes, would drop this pawn. But then we're getting into the territory of like, do we actually want to do that? But let's push. I guess there's always, if there's a check, we can always block with the knight for now. Takes, knight takes, we would drop back. Okay, let's take that. And then maybe I'll offer the trade so that if he goes here, I can play this. Knight takes, we drop back. If he takes with this pawn becomes a little bit loose because the knight's in front of the c pawn. Okay, knight takes is on the board. This is almost a fork. Almost. So, I mean, I could just go here, and if he takes, I take. Or I could just drop back. Let's just drop back. Why not? And then we're going to go here, and he has to do something. Because we're threatening that. Or I could play knight to d7, developing and threatening. Okay. Yeah, but now we're just gonna develop. Yeah, we just go here. I wanted to play that anyways, so... Well, I wanted to try and trade the knight, or the bishop, so... Although the dark squared bishop for me is my best... Or my good bishop, I should say. Maybe we don't want to trade that. He wants a trade of bishops, okay. Don't have to do anything, because I could allow him to take and then open this up. And we could play, like, king of 8. Also, knight here, if they take, we're pretty happy. I can also go here now. Attacking the knight. And then this would be pretty devastating, but he can just take. I'm going to develop the knight. If he takes, I don't think it's good. Just because this h-file. I can play like queen here, and we have immediate pressure. I can also jump here. Okay, what has he done? I had the B, and they took. Opening up the h-file. Okay, let's take back. I actually don't think that was great. What is the idea behind that? They don't want me to go here? Or what? Wow. So, I mean, what's a move? They have to respond. And now they've pushed this? That would be an ugly move to make. So let's go ahead and play here. Actually, we can just castle long. We don't have to, like, play around with this. We can just straight up castle long. Also, I'm thinking of, like, if they play g3 here, what about knight h5? If bishop takes, king takes the bishop back. And then we're threatening to play knight takes g3. Because if hg, then queen takes g3 is checkmate. Now, I didn't draw any arrows for that, so hopefully you guys kind of could visualize that, but that is what I'm looking at. Now, I guess they could play... No, they can't. I was going to say maybe... Oh, there it is. So knight here. If bishop takes, I wonder if we can even just take right now and forget about the bishop, because he can't take here. I mean, just straight up, knight h5. The bishop is hanging, so if he takes, I probably will take, because after takes, I'm not seeing a good follow-up. But let's look at this real quick. So I take. What could he play? I mean, he can't take, or he can't move the bishop. He can't save it. But he can probably just go here, protecting against the checkmate threat. Yeah, let's just take the king. We gotta be careful. There's forking ideas on this square. And now let's see if my opponent will catch my threat of knight takes. Yeah, I guess. But he's creating so many holes, like knight here, knight here. potentially. I mean, knight back, and then trying to double the rooks, maybe. That makes a lot of sense to me. There's still not, he's not threatening anything. Let's bring the knight back. We can't go here right now because of the queen. Otherwise, this would be a pretty nice move. Threatening a fork and also attacking the pawn. Knight takes is not, I'm not going to do that. I'll allow him to take. So what I want to do is I want to play rook to h3. Okay, so he doesn't allow me to do that. Makes sense. I don't know. Something about this position is just screaming to me. I don't see why we wouldn't just double up. Or even like, what about this? Here opens up the rook. I don't love that. I don't love it. We could just go here and then double up. I'm not sure where the best place for the rook would be though. I imagine we're gonna have to be brave and probably push at some point and open this rook, but there's also threats, stuff like that. Also a knight here is a royal fork now. It's not really great king positioning, in my opinion, but the knight can never really get here. I don't know about that. Look at the holes, man. Here, if queen takes, maybe this, to try and play this move. I actually like that a lot. If queen takes, which makes a lot of sense, I don't think he would want to take with the pawn and really weaken this. So knight takes, queen takes. If he takes with the pawn, so what? Knight takes, queen takes. We jump here, and then we can get an f5, solidifying this in. So let's take. I really think he'll take with the queen. If he doesn't, then... I mean, it also opens this file up, which could be good for him. But then deflecting the defenses of these pawns are easier. That's the idea. Is it the right idea? I don't know. But I do feel pretty good about my position right now. There it is, queen takes. And now we just need to double check real quick. If I go here, he can't take the pawn because the rook protects. So we did good by putting the rook there. So knight here, the queen could check me here, which is a little bit annoying, attacking this pawn. And I guess we do need to figure out where we would go from there. So knight here, check. I don't really love playing here, or we can't even go there. Knight here, check. Drop this back. We could also go here, but then he takes this check, and we lose everything. Knight here, check. We could slide over, but then like rook comes in. It does get a little bit tricky here. I think we're okay though. Check, and we'll be fine. This, we just go here. Check here. If check, then we can do this. I don't really want a queen trade, but it'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, I looked at that. I didn't think it was that great. Why not just here? I mean, this square is ultra weak. Like, now we're threatening just takes here and then getting in. Yeah, I mean, we're obviously going to take with this pawn. Protecting. And yeah, now, like, check, takes, check. What? What am I missing? He wants this pawn really bad, or what? Oh, we just blundered the game. Wow. Shoot. Ah, that's actually very nice. That sucks. Well played to my opponent. I should have slowed down. That's 100% on me. Dang it. Okay, let's attack this. He'll probably go check. Here. Oh. I should have looked at that and seen why he was sacking the rook. Why did I not do that? Sacks the rook. I probably could have just sacked my rook back. Oh. Oh, it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, going here, it's gonna lead to a fork. Check, he just goes here. I mean, I'm pretty cooked. Not gonna lie. But I guess let's protect it. We'll just play for now. Maybe he blunders. That was a very nice find though. Nice rook sack. We played too fast. Okay, he goes check. Only move is really this. And then he's gonna sacrifice. And it's mate, almost. Just run the king up. Oh no, he doesn't even go for that. Really? Really? Let's attack the queen. Maybe he blunders a fork. Go here. That'd be so funny. He can straight up just win this rook though. I'm not really sure why he hasn't done that yet, but maybe he hasn't seen it. No, my opponent's trying really hard to not lose. I mean, probably just here. Check. Probably just goes like this. His king is in a mating net, kind of. Like if I went rook here, trying to go here, king cannot escape, so this would actually be checkmate. Maybe that's actually a decent plan. Let's go here. We're gonna try and play rook here and then get knight to g2. But I guess all he has to do is move the queen, and then it's not checkmate. But I don't know. We're trying, man. Trying. He can also simply just move the e pawn right now, which he probably wants to do anyways. Like here to try and take the defense of the knight. But he's got to be a little bit careful. And he's lower on time. He's just playing without a rook too. So like, yes, he has that extra rook in the corner, but he's not using it. We're also threatening to trap the knight, kind of. Because the knight doesn't have any squares at the moment. Yeah, so he sees the idea. So if we were to go here, he plays this. He also now covers the square, which sucks. This comes with check, though. King takes, maybe? I don't know. I think I can take, though. And then we'll just move the knight. Maybe some kind of rook here. Oh, he can just take that. Oops. Oops. Yeah. That kind of sucks. I forgot that he could take with the king. Silly me. Check. Goes king here. Could attack the queen he takes. Could also just play here right now, and if he takes, then he loses the queen, but I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm going for. Let's just correlate these. This traps the knight, but we can't actually take it. Even if he gives me the queen, he's still up a piece. Yeah. Here takes. I don't know. Let's go here. Let's go for this pawn. Why not? Whatever. Whatever, brave. This is going to be the greatest comeback of history for our all-time peak. He's just straight up threatening to go here. Down, 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 down. He's just going to trade the pieces. Yeah. Yeah. I could probably resign. Probably. We'll wait until we lose the rook, though. Oh, he sacks because he has this. Okay, we're just going to resign now. Good game. Good game to my opponent. My opponent played with an 80.5. I played with a 73.3. We did have an advantage at one point, and we played this goofy ass opening here. It's all good. Now we go back. We're a little bit better, actually. And then we go here. Knight up. Takes. I honestly thought that, yeah, I thought we were just better. Knight here is a mistake, though. I got really... Yeah. Knight takes is better because you get the knight into the action closer to this king. And then we wanted to double up. Taking was wrong because my whole idea here was bad. And we missed... Yeah, we just missed that this is devastating. But what's the follow-up here? Knight or GE? What about this? It's bad. This is fine. Protecting. But the top computer move is 95 check. And the king has no squares. So he has to sack the queen. Bro, no way. Dang. Yeah, we should have been more aware of this. Because I was trying to set it up. And then, yeah, in this position, we didn't use any time to see why he was sacking the rook. We saw that this was a fork earlier on. But then we just, yeah. We were in attack mode. It's fine. And then completely lost. This is just me playing around. My opponent outplayed me. It happens. We had our chance. We missed it. And that's okay. My opponent had a performance elo of 1950 versus my 1700. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you tune in because we will be hitting our peak sometime soon. I'll see you tomorrow.